Welcome to the next video of Horsemanship Help. Today we're going to learn 3 ways to lower the horse's head and why it's so important. The reason that we do lowering the head and we learn to teach them how to come off of pressure is so that when we bridle them, that they're right here, and we halter them. If we're going to clip them, like we need to get clipped here soon, that we can have them be here and not up there. You don't have to stand up on a stool to be able to bridle or clip or worm or any of those things. So the horse needs to learn to give to pressure. Another reason for them to learn to give to pressure is that if by accident they were to step on their lead, you'd want them to give to the pressure and not just freak out. I've seen people that were hand grazing their horse and their horse's head went down, the horse stepped on the rope and freaked out. So you should be able to step on the rope and the horse just gives good girl down to the pressure and isn't like, oh my God, okay? So when we're doing this, it also builds in trust, that the horse is like, I trust you to lower your head. So I'm going to ask her to lower the first of 3 ways, and there's something called a release. Every time she makes a try, I'm going to open my hand and give her a reward or a release, okay? I hold the Theodore. If you had a snap, you'd hold the snap, and my thumb is going to go straight down to the ground. Every little try gets a release, gets a reward, head up, okay? So when I first did this, and I first saw one of my mentors do it, and I came home and I was going to work on the lowering the head 3 ways with our little Palomino pony Candy, she was a little resistant. I'd never done it, but she was such a good girl, so I put too much pressure on her, and she kind of got a little nervous because she's like, well, why are you cramming my head down? And it took me a couple months to get her out of the being a little concerned about me lowering her head. So you can ruin it if you force it. When I put the pressure on, she's pretty good at it. You just put a little pressure and you just give that release immediately. And you put, when you're starting with a horse, maybe I'll do another video with a horse that's bracy, you want to just hold like a ½ pound of pressure. I hate saying pounds, but you don't go to like 10 pounds and force their head down. You just make enough pressure that it's uncomfortable. Now, if a horse is really resistant, and you ask them to, good girl, to lower their head, and they don't, you're going to grab part of your jean, put your hand here, and use this. So if you have to wait on a horse for them to give to the pressure, okay, then you can utilize that and you can be a little bit longer and not give a release when you didn't want to give a release. So that's a way to help. But also when you have a very bracy horse, the horse's head might start here. It might come down to there, but it still feels a little heavy in your hand. And those really bracy horses, I'd give them that release for that try, okay? So you give them a release for the try, even though they're a little heavy. If you wait for it to be perfect, they're gonna get frustrated, okay? So the 3 ways to do is, first I've shown with the big yawn girly, okay? With the thumb down, off of the Theodore, head down and then head up. That's style 1. Style 2 is good for clipping. Bridling if the horse has issues. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your fingers on either side of the crest, up here where the bridle path is, but you always hold the cheek piece on this one. Because if you did that, good girl, and the horse was too scared and flipped its head, you don't want to get whacked. So even with a good horse, I always, out of safety, hold on to the cheek piece, but there is no pulling that goes on here, okay? And you ask for them to lower their head up. And as I ask, I am very aware of everything, the neighbors, if there's a loud sound. While her head's down, I'm very aware that I need to keep on my side. I don't ever put my head over there, because if she pops it up, I'm going to get bopped in the jaw. The third way to do it is, can you lift your head, sweet pea? Thank you. Is you're going to put this lead rope on, and I think you can see. Step over. Step over. Good girl, sweetheart. So you're going to have it like this, okay? And you're going to put pressure down on both those ropes. Head up. Good girl. And then you're going to work your way back, as far back on the main as you can get. Okay? Come over here, baby. Come over here. Head down. Good girl. Head up. A little higher up. Good girl. Now this one is really good, and I'll show you in a different video, that when you're riding, if the horse is uptight, you can take your hand and ask them to lower their head if they're a little bit like stressed about something, and that has the same effect of them lowering their head and licking their lips. And so that is another skill that you can do from the horse's back. So there are three ways. Head down this way, head down this way, and then with the rope over the neck, starting up here and then working your way back to as far back onto the withers as you can. Teaches your horse to trust you, and it teaches them to give to pressure, which in all of the riding is so important. So if you like this video and you want to see more of them, hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments you'd like to add about it, put it in the comment section down below. And if you have anything you'd like me to talk about in the future, go ahead and put that down there too. So remember, this is Kim Meyer from Horsemanship Help, and I want you to stay safe. I want you to succeed, and I want you to have fun with your horse. So go out and play with them. Thank you.